So here is my render. Which one is mine? Of course this one, right? Yeah, it doesn't look like photorealistic. Of course this is photorealistic. But I'm kind of happy with the result, because with nodes and not going through complicated stuff, and still we kind of got, like I could say almost 60% matched with the reference. So I'm kind of happy with it, with very less nodes that you learned, and not going to the warp or wax or any complicated stuff. So I'll tell you what's my settings, okay, what all I changed. So it's the same thing that I've done here. So this one is same as this one, the technique is same, and the other thing that I added, like I did not add anything, by the way. It's like I added a lot of scatter for this, so I'll just quickly go because it's already too long, the video is too long. You guys play with the size of all these, size of the sprinkles, like I mentioned where to go. And the only thing I wanted to mention in here is about getting the colors. Okay, so let's get into the file. So here is my file, is my scene. Of course I have a HDRI, which I will include in the file, right? And I have two lights, so I tried to match, so nothing magic. So in the light, in the area light, I put 200 and 2 exposure and 70 and 1. So the lights are here. I tried to match with this light, so it's like I believe some light is coming from this side towards here, and maybe one light from here. Okay, so I tried to match it, like eyeballed it and guessed it. So my one light is here, you see, from here, and the other light is here. Okay, here and here, no magic, nothing. And I added an environment light with light intensity of 0.5. So you can play with the lights, because lighting is all about trying. That's basically lighting. Yeah, so the heart, so you can see here, so I have a heart separated, the one I mentioned in the tutorial. Okay, so I have that, and I copy paste the same donut, and I put the heart. Okay, so I took this and kept it here. And then of course the obvious thing, first of all, I quickly go through the how I got this setup. So I put a normal, de-icing normal, and then I spread mask, fairly simple. And then the hard, I kept only 10 points, and p scale, so this is my p scale value. And I did an orient, I'll show you. And then I put rot, and all the angle is 0. I'll tell you why I put that also. And the color, so even the color I put the 2 value. I'll show you why. Okay, so here it is. I will cancel these. Okay, so just p scale. P scale is very basic. So in the orient, what I did, I kept it inside sphere, because if you keep it some other, it's good, but I don't know, I felt like inside sphere is good. You can play around and get what you want. It's all about tweaking it. So if you put inside sphere, you see all the angles are straight this side. Okay, but I need random, so that's why I put a rotation, random rotation. And I don't want to have the up like this. Okay, it's like I don't want to face the side. I want to keep it on the surface, like here. Okay, so that's why I kept rod only the y-axis. Only the y-axis I put the value, the rest all is 0. And randomized color, so in the randomized color, so if you go to the default, this will be the default, but in the picture that I've seen only 2 colors, so I took the value 2 color. And this one, basically how I got that is, this number is nothing, this is RGB. Okay, and the value A is one color, value B is one color. So how I got this value, it's like I eyeballed it. It's like I put a color outside just for reference, okay, this reference, and then I eyeballed it with this. It's like I tried to match the color. I know it's not exactly the same. You kind of get the color that you want. Okay, so if this is the one, then you can copy the RGB value. So in my case, so my RGB value is this one. So in the reference, this one. So I copy and paste all the same. It's like you see 9696. Okay, so same way I took the other color also, the pink color, the one in the A. I got the color that I want, and then I took the color value and pasted over here. Okay, so if you can see the reverse thing, you can see if I copy the other way, you can see I'm gonna get a pink color. Yeah, see, pink color. So exactly that's what I did, right? So nothing fancy over there. So another thing that I want to show you is how I got these colors. It doesn't look good, of course, it doesn't look good, but you can play around and see. But how I got these three colors, it's like the other one is two color, right? So we need three color in the sprinkle. Yeah, in the sprinkle. So this is what the random gives you. Okay, so random, when I put the random color, this is what I'm gonna get. But I want only three colors from it. I don't want every different color, right? I put a normal so that everything goes to normal. Okay, yeah. So in the color, so what I noticed is like you can apply this method. In the color, you can change the color type to ramp from attribute and CD, put a CD attribute, because we are bringing the CD from here, okay, in the copy node. All right, and but here the problem is you cannot put a third color. Okay, it's like it's gonna give you RGB values and it's spoiling everything. All right, so in here I put continuous so that I get every geometry has a different color. So you see here every geometry has a different color, but we need three colors. Since we need three color, we can't keep it two values, right? And there is no three color value there, and the color won't give you the way what you want. So what you can do here is, it's the same technique that we used. So you put a CD, you create an attribute. CD is a create attribute, and CD, and you put some expression. So I found this works so easily. It's like you put a value random p scale, random p scale, random p scale, then you kind of get, yeah, now you have the selection. So now the same method what we do here. Okay, so point ramp from attribute CD, and yeah, CD, and now you can give any color you want, it's gonna update. So this is the only thing that I would like to mention in here, in this technique. Okay, so this is, so I kept it right. This doesn't work, and of course I haven't told you what this is. Like usually this is how I do it, by attribute warp. Okay, attribute warp, then you don't have to create anything, you can just create it in here. So, but I haven't discussed this to you yet, so I'm keeping this as a side. Easy way, I put easy way. So I will click here, the end. So this is what my output is. Okay, so I click here, and then, so that's it about the setups. The rest all is, like I have mentioned, it's all about tweaking and getting the shape you want. And now I want to talk about material that I applied. So I'll talk a little bit of material, just a basic thing that I want to talk about. Okay, so I have put, so you can see here everything has a material. It's good, it's always good to keep a material for everything. Yeah, I think I did not put any material for donut, but you can put material for donut if you want. But icing I have kept material. It's like you come here, you can see a material here. Yeah, likewise, so keep a material for everything, so that you can control the reflection. And you see here, this doesn't have a reflection, but this have a reflection and roughness, because this has a material on it and this doesn't. And I did not keep a material for this because my camera view is, no, it's not, you won't be able to see that thing. So I thought, why would I waste time? Okay, so I'll keep it a little bit here. Okay, and yeah, so put material for, even if sprinkle, I put a material. So it's okay, you can put a material in here in the render. So you can put a material here. It's up to you how you want it. You can put a material here inside or outside. Let's go deep into the material. So in the material so I have two material for source, because you can see here the source. I have two source, by the way. So one for this one and one for, you see here, this one. Okay, so both I tend to want it to have a different result. So this one I want to have a little bit of glossiness. Okay, and this, it's a standard cream. So that's what I wanted to do it. So if you come here, you can see, yeah, you see a little bit of subsurface, we call it, just a little bit. I did not do much. Okay, so I'll tell you what I did there. For everything, I did not take any of the preset. I only took the principal shader for each and everything. Okay, and sprinkles, so what you see here, the sprinkle, it's like I kept the base one. Quickly I'll talk about the shader. So IOR, roughness, and reflectivity, that's the only thing that I'm gonna talk about now. Okay, so to best talk about is, I'll take the principal shader. So because I put principal shader for the pink icing. What do you mean by roughness? For roughness, I can give you an example of this one. It doesn't have a reflectivity or any kind of that glossiness. That is roughness. Okay, so you can say all this has a high number of roughness, and so that's what this, like, higher glossiness and less of that thing. And if you go lower, then you can get, you see, it kind of have a shiny material, isn't it? So that is roughness. IRR is for light. Okay, it's like you can see, I can adjust the lighting. If you keep it here, you can see the bend and the light. You can control the bend and light, how it has to pass through. The reflectivity is basically reflections. It's like you can see it has a reflection coming from, you see, you here, notice this part. So there's reflection, there's no reflection, so basically from outside. So basically you can see the environment will be reflected here. So it's like higher the reflection. If you keep a ball or something, you get the reflection there, right? So you can adjust reflection however you want. Ignore all this transparency and all of these for now. Based on that, you can put sprinkle. It's like for sprinkle, I only put a roughness, so that it has a shiny. Yeah. For the nuts, I put the roughness higher because the nuts doesn't have any shininess and no reflection also. So I put the value 0.2. You can play around and get, and that's the only thing that I've done for the nuts, and base color to 111. So as a default, it will be 0.555, so it will be gray. Icing shiny is this one. Okay, so this one and the white one, I've put the same material on it. Okay, so same material, I kept it. So you can see here, so because I want to have a reflection, so that's why I put the reflection one and the roughness down to 3. I want to be a little bit shiny for the icing. Okay, and the source, so this source is for this. Okay, so I did not change anything here except the base color. And in the subsurface, so subsurface basically means this one. This is called subsurface material. It's like the light can pass through and give you another color. You see, even though our hand is solid, when we keep the light, then we get this inside also. So you can also say most of the fruits are subsurface. It's like you can see through. It's like grape has a subsurface because we can see inside. And the orange also, see, this is subsurface. We call this as a subsurface. So that is subsurface. It's up to you. Cream doesn't have actually subsurface, but I kept it. Okay, the value is that. And so in this sauce, the one above, this one has a little bit of subsurface happening because I was trying to match this one. Not exactly though. See this one, so it has a subsurface, right? We can see through the white icing, isn't it? Not that completely, but a little bit of, it's more of a gel, so there is a subsurface. That's why I kept the value. The subsurface is full and the distance is low, and you can play around the what color you want to reflect. So in this case, you see this is red, right? So this is red, so you can say red. That's the one you want to get. So mine is yellow. So I covered everything. Video is long, but it's easy. So here is my result. You can see the render. So this is the render, straight out of the render. I changed the mantra settings. It's a little bit higher. I did not put any depth of field or motion blur, any of this. I only kept this one, pixel sample 5, so that I get a little quality, like a reasonable quality. So it'll be a reasonable quality. And also I'm just rendering only one frame because this is for just for one picture. That's the one I'm trying. There's no animation or anything happening, so one frame. So you can right click, save frame, choose the file. So hip render is my file, and then you can so as a default, I think it will be pick. So you can type here EXR and get EXR from here. Okay, so you get the EXR file and save it, bring into any Photoshop or After Effects, but work for one frame. All right, so this I did it in Photoshop. Only thing I did is I kept a background. You see here, picture are not that bright, so I put some brightness and contrast to my picture. That's the only thing I did. Like, I did not spend much time. So only thing I spent time is on getting the shape right. Okay, so it's like, and matching the color and matching the lights. So it took me good amount of time. So you also don't worry, spend time, get a quality picture. Of course, as a first work, this is good. Only if you go very deep, then only you'll be like, this looking plain, and everything looks plain. Everything has dirt and all of this, some extras. So that is photorealistic. This tutorial I prepared only to make you feel more comfortable on using the nodes. It's like, don't feel that you need to know a lot of nodes to get a beautiful result. No, it's nothing like that. There are people who just use few nodes and they make a really good render. So it's all about practicing it and have a confidence that you can build a lot of things. I just want to prove that with the less nodes that you know already, you can build a lot of stuff. Okay, so that is the main lesson of this project, right? So take care.